So today on Project Shop, we're actually going to go pick up a new piece of equipment for the shop and hopefully make our lives a little easier. We got Mason here and Dusty with Merchant Metals. She's going to ride along, help out with the process. So hopefully this thing's going to be a little bit of a game changer. And I also have a couple other cool things coming that should be that are in the works, and hopefully within the next couple days I'll have a little bit more insight on it. But we're ramping things up over here. Gotta set ourselves apart from other people. And oh, look at that, big techs. That's what we need right there. Anyway, we're gonna ride out for a minute and hopefully come back with something pretty cool. All right guys, here we go. Now this is not the upgrade to our shop equipment that I was referring to, but literally I had a couple batteries in the truck already, and the guy gave me all these batteries with my purchase of this massive dump trailer. Big Tex, 9,000 pound capacity dump trailer. Now this thing needs a little work. Got a couple little dings where I was pulling it. Probably not the best driver. And has a slight little bit of rust here and there, which is nothing compared to some of the other trailers I've seen. I paid $3,500 for this thing. It's got huge 8-lug axles. It is missing a lug there, or a nut there and a nut there. I need to get a new stud. The wiring needs to be sorted out because when I hit the brakes, the side marker lights come on, but they are kind of working. And this thing has a cool feature where you can open the door this way, or like a dump truck, you can open this and let the whole thing swing out. It has a huge bed. I think this is 2 feet shorter than my big trailer, but it's wider. It definitely has big sides. I think these are maybe 4 or 5 foot sides. It does have tie downs. I can put a machine in here if I had to. It has ramps. So we're getting a little bit of diesel. We'll get this thing back to the shop and then actually really go over it. Powered up. I've seen it. He did work it for me. Has nice tires on it. I've had these Hercules tires on the trailer before. They're hard to find, but they're really thick tires, you know. I'm pretty sure he said this was either a 2018. It's not an old trailer, you know. So for the price I paid for it, I've been looking at trailers online between $7,000 and $10,000 for similar, or not even as big as this. This is a beast of a trailer. I'll be able to take this thing out, fill this thing up. Oh, and it has a net. so I can cover my top, and if I'm really feeling frisky, I can put higher sides on this thing. So we'll get it back to the shop, we'll pick this thing up, go over it real well. I will have to contend with some of the rust. We want to get that out of the way now before it gets bad. I've seen these things just get trashed. They'll look nice, but underneath the rust just gets to them and messes them up. So we need to sort that out pretty quick. I'll probably just hit all that with a needle scaler, get a spot blaster, and then you know, but this thing's ready to work. He's been working it, and I'm ready to work it too. All right, we made it back. All right, we made it back to the shop now. Let's take a good look at this thing. I did notice there is slight rust, nothing major. I hit that with a needle scaler, and we'll get this thing sorted right out. I like the fact that there's grease fittings all over this thing. And check this out. This chain, I guess, is for if you want to, if you're going to spread like gravel or rocks, you can start dumping this thing and, you know, drive forward and have it just spread a nice even load out. So we are going to have to go over this thing, take a look at stuff, straighten out these fenders where someone obviously was turning too sharp. But I like the fact that it's got things to put more wood, little tie down things. You know, I can actually use these for straps as well. This is the first dump trailer I've ever seen that the doors open this way and you can dump it. I mean, this is obviously my first dump trailer, so I don't know if that's a common thing. And I'm waiting on the title on the thing. The guy had to order a new one. I'm pretty sure he said it was a 2018. But anyway, man, for 3,500 bucks, dude, you can't beat it. Big 8-lug axles. 235, 85, 16. I think I have another heavy duty tire. Matter of fact, I think I do. I got a nice Goodyear that I can use for that spare. And like I said, this one here, 9,500, dude. That's higher capacity than anything I got. Now let's open this thing up and get inside. Take a better look at the, we'll get a little lock for that. Nice doors. How do these things? Oh, okay, so look at that. That way you don't have to forget. They just auto lock in place. Now, he did say that there was a bar that used to go up here. And I think it was so that the top didn't fold out or in. I am going to replace that. He said that it would get in the way when he was dumping big stuff, and it wound up in the scrap one day, which I totally understand because I've scrapped a couple of things that I shouldn't have scrapped in the past. Okay, so I'm gonna say these are easily 4-foot sides. Nice. Now the deck, you know, it's got a little surface rust, but it ain't got no holes, and that's a pretty thick piece of steel. I am going to get in here and start sandblasting this, and either you know, I'm a big fan of putting oil on the metal to stop the rust, but we got to get rid of the rust first. So I'm gonna get a little spot blaster, and then I'm just gonna start in you know, little sections, get the rust off. And I don't know if I'm just gonna oil it down with oil, or, you know, I come in here with a sprayer and just hose this thing down with some diesel fuel or something. And or we might paint it, I don't know, but it's not too far gone to where I have to have patches or I'm worried about. I mean, this is still good for a long time. This is pretty thick steel. I did notice right here, a little crack on this front thing. Same thing on the other side. I don't know if that's a common thing, but we'll get that ground out and re-welded up, and we're going to thoroughly inspect this thing for other cracks. But man, this thing is huge. This is, you know, it's a shame that the lighting is slowed down so much for me, because this would have been perfect for when I go out of town and I'm picking up piles and piles of lights, because I could pile them in here, and then I could have just made some makeshift sides and piled them even higher. We just got to keep our, what is that, 13 or 14 foot for the oh hey, look, it's Merchant Metals. He went to go fuel up his truck. He's going to be heading out of here soon. Bittersweet. I like the guy, been having a lot of fun hanging out with him, but I need my space. Now that I got this, unfortunately, something's got to give. So, that's crazy. His crane is crazy high on that thing. Anyway, let's jack this up, take you around the front. Let's get a good look underneath. Oh, it does have, now I'm going to have to make, it has this little door. Okay, it probably hasn't been used in a long time. We're just going to leave that there for now. This little door comes down. This thing's got ramps, so you can ride a machine up in here, which I really like. Or I could use this, depending on the size of a car. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mount a winch up there. I'll probably, I'm probably going to maybe weld another beam across the top, so something structural that's not going to bend, and then we'll have a winch up there that we can drag stuff up into the trailer and use it to move, because I've already thought about this. Like, this reminds me of when I had the box trailer. The thing I loved about the box trailer is I could just pack it full of stuff and not worry about strapping things down. But the problem was everything had to come in and out the back. So if I start loading this thing down with scraps, you know, it's all going to be stuck up in there, and then I'll have to figure out, well, I don't know, we'll figure it out though. Either way, this is a game changer. Let's oh, word merchant guy. This guy's parking and blocking them in. So we have this thing over here. Hold on. Nice little box, little thing holds it up. We got a battery, a bunch of stuff. I don't like how this is so kinked. I'm gonna figure about rerouting that somehow. Maybe lay that down and have it loop around, because you can see that just looks dumb. But we have a marine battery charger. Okay, it comes with a long cord. Now the first thing I immediately, oh cool, it has a little slot so you can have this out. First thing I thought of, I'm going to go get a wireless control pendant. So being that there's only two functions, Harbor Freight sells a winch, a wireless winch controller. It's just two functions, in and out. I'm just going to utilize it for this, for up and down. So anyway, oh, this is nice. This is the gate for the back. So basically I just need to remake. It looks like the hinges got rusty. So good that the fact that it's nice that that's in there. And then it has the chargers hooked up. It's got 110, so we can plug it in. I'm probably going to mount a small solar panel to this thing to keep this thing charged up. Dusty with Merchant Metals gave me a battery. I got a bunch of these are deep cycle, what do you call it, batteries. They might even be good. This guy, you should have seen this. He was taking these batteries out of his golf cart and putting like $3,500 72 volt lithium ion, one big battery. He said his golf cart was pulling wheelies, which is pretty incredible. The guy's cool, man, that I got the trailer from. I'm trying to work something out with him on something else, but anyway, I got batteries I was gonna put on my my crane, but I'm looking at the space in here. We might have space for 2 batteries. I don't know. I would like to get this electric ASAP, since we have power right here. Oh, and it came with, I got the manual or something. This might just be for the battery charger. I don't know. But let's jack this thing up. Now, looking at the fluid, this thing looks like it needs hydraulic fluid, but we'll go ahead and pump it up. Ready? Up. Gotta be careful how high we go. I got that door open. Is that light on? The lights on. Did I leave my lights on? Hold on. The wiring on this thing is atrocious. No, my lights are off, but the light's on. So that's interesting. Definitely got to run some grease in here. But we'll get this thing up. Oh yeah. All right, that's about as high as I want to go. So we got some type of belly pan here. I guess we could use that for, let's put this up just so I don't get killed. We got a belly pan. I guess we can store stuff here.
Stash employees.
Stash employees. This is where we hide the Mexicans. There's our ramps. And I mean, the frame looks nice. It's a big box tube, big C-channel underneath. Springs look good. Got a little, we'll have to get under there and just clean this up, man. We're just gonna start in one little section and work it, and hit it with the needle scaler, and then hit it with a little blaster, get a fresh coat of, we'll probably get some really high good grade, either Rust-Oleum or some type of primer, self-etching primer, rust killer. Get that on there, and then get a nice good black coat on here. I did notice this strap is broken. Those lines seem like they're hanging down a little low, so we want to get those tucked up. Definitely don't want to blow a hydraulic. It's a nice size ram on this thing. The fenders, they're, in my opinion, salvageable. I can heat that and straighten that back out a little bit. This side needs a little welding maybe. Look, dude, the truck is off, the lights are off, but this light is on. This is how bad the wiring is. Looks like there's a little rust back here. We'll have to deal with that. Nothing major. Oh, and I found the, remember the trailer thing?
Yep.
Or the thing that's wire tied up there, the ramp?
The ramp.
The door for it is up in there.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, so they did save the door. But this thing is a beast. Look how high this thing is, man. So, I'm gonna let this down and I'm gonna pull that thing down and see how well that works and what it's like, how hard is that thing to actually get going. But all this structure looks good, nothing looks bent. He said that one time his guys loaded it up and it wouldn't pick it up, but nothing bent. It just was probably bypassing in the pump. It might have a you know, a bypass there. What is that? Is this quick connect? Okay, maybe we can just order a thing for that. Powder coating's coming off. We want to get all that cleaned up, and you know, this is just a little bit of
trailer, man.
A little bit of surface rust. There is a couple spots like underneath in the corners we'll have to deal with. Definitely gonna get on top of that before it goes any further, and then just make sure that, you know, a lot of times the problem is people park these things, water gets in the little valleys, and that's how it starts rusting out. There's a couple big dents in there, so probably they dropped something in there with a skid steer or something, but that's where water would sit and really start rusting. So when I park this thing, I'm gonna park it with that thing up and this thing up, so water will just run out of it, and we'll keep it clean and keep it ready to ride. Hopefully we'll keep it full of scrap.
That's the way to go.
Yeah, so I'm gonna let this down. Oh, that tire that was too big for your trailer, we'll put this one. So that spare that's pretty much shot,
There you go.
and dry rotted, I got a spare tire for it. Safety first. Yeah, I think this will be real easy to make this wireless, dude.
Yeah.
Harbor Freight sells them winch things, wireless pendants for the winch.
Yeah.
And I think it's going to be a quick, easy install.
Dude, everything's nice, square and plumb with the hydraulics and all the frame around it.
Yeah.
It's fine, man.
You said you used to have a dump trailer?
I used to.
When Dusty was doing concrete work, he had a dump trailer and a Bobcat.
I guarantee it wasn't nothing this nice.
Okay, let's close the door. I don't want this thing blowing open in the wind. I like the fact that you don't have to chain it. You just automatically... That's nice. Looks like there was a repair there. Oh, I think he did say that he opened the door or had the doors straight back when he was doing something. This thing closes like a tractor trailer. Okay, so that's that, and I want to just see how this thing works. Okay.
Now you just need an 8-foot davit crane right in the middle with your camera mounted on top of it.
How would like one person get this thing open? That's my question. I would almost want to make one of those things.
A little metal rail that goes up.
Well, that's how the semis do it.
Yeah, man.
I mean, this thing...
The very end of this is you're supposed to pull it that way. If you wanted to unfold it all, I'd hop in the trailer, grab it, and pull it out that way, and re-crank it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how I'd do that by myself.
Oh, yeah.
Like if this thing was full of debris.
Well, see this bar right here?
Yeah.
You're going to pull that all the way to the back. And you got to do it basically manually.
So I would have to jump up inside and climb on top of everything?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, we're going to build something. We're going to build an arm that'll bring that back.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah. I remember we built one for our roll-off when I was cutting concrete.
Right.
And because we used to get pulled over by DOT all the time. Ah, man. Anyway,
Yeah, we never had the pleasure of having stuff this nice. We had a blue tarp.
Yeah, this is nice. And then it even I can use these things and hook it over to here.
There's not a single tear in it. It's nice.
I don't know, it doesn't even look like he probably ever even used the thing.
Yeah, I think you're right there.
Maybe a little bit. There's a couple little tears in there. But overall, I mean, this thing is in excellent condition. Wow. Okay.
You may crank it back?
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to work on that. I gotta figure out how to do this by myself.
No, you'll get it. Most of the time, I don't even think you really need to use this, honestly. I mean,
this is nice
unless you're over your top of the rail and it looks bad, then yeah, you got to. But
you got lightweight shit or debris.
I don't really see you filling this thing to the top with scrap metal. You can, I bet you can. I'm not saying you wouldn't. You know.
Well, we got to keep with our.
You know how heavy that would
9,500 pounds.
For sure.
You want to bring that back to the thing?
Huh?
There's a little thing that just sits in. Watch, you don't. There you go. Put it right there. There you go.
Oh yeah, I see that.
And then this thing over here, you got to turn that out.
That's what holds that bar.
There we go. Ah.
Well, you know, at least like 80% of all the little gadgets work on this thing, man. You got a deal.
Yeah, I just got to figure out why that light's staying on. Cut it. Pair of scissors. Okay.
I'll turn it off.
But I mean, the guy was literally using this. Literally, we offloaded stuff with the Bobcat at his house, so he was literally using it up until he sold it. So the guy's kind of semi-retiring, and I guess he's done with the big trailers and stuff. So his retirement is my gain. So let me know what you guys think. Hopefully I'll get this thing sorted. Basically, first thing I'm going to sort is the light situation and the brakes, and make sure the trailer brakes are working. So we should have this thing, and I'll do a more in-depth once we get this thing over there, and I get up under it and check out the wiring and see why it's so wonky. Because literally when I hit the brakes, these lights come on.
somebody dragged the pigtail last time.
Yeah.
And that's why all that's exposed.
Well, maybe I had to stick that thing in there kind of weird. Maybe it's just cocked.
Well, you can see all the scuff marks on it.
Yeah, it was definitely, you know, drug with no lights. But I mean, I do have them wireless lights I can just slap up here temporarily.
Oh, yeah.
So big techs. Let me know what you guys think, man. Think it was a good deal? Would you have paid $3,500 for it? And I'm thinking, what else could I do with this? I'm thinking junk removal, charge people. I don't know. My neighbor over here says the guy at the end has 2 of these. I don't think his are this big, but he rents them out for $100 a day or some shit. But I'm like, dude, they can rent me out, but I'm not letting someone take my trailer.
It'll come back all bent.
Yeah, it'll come back trashed. They'll flip it on the highway. They'll flip it when they dump it. Like, I don't need none of that stuff. Like,
and you'll be like, oh, that's not worth $100. You know?
So I'm thinking about making a sign for the side of it. Should I put, like, I've always ran with no advertising on my trucks. I like to keep low key. I don't like people know what I'm doing, but you know, it might be time to start advertising something. And yeah, this guy advertises his stuff all the time.
Oh yeah.
Or mainly his YouTube channel. Maybe I should just put my YouTube channel on the back of it.
I would.
So that way they can, when stuff flies out of the top and hits their car, they can leave a comment on my YouTube channel.
Nice comment.
This a-hole is driving down the road. All right, so definitely, in my opinion, a good addition to the shop. Let me know what you guys think. And yeah, I think that's going to be it for this video. We'll have to get this thing over there, and I'll have to get a really good look underneath of it and get a game plan. Let me know any suggestions of what I should do with it. any preventative maintenance, any way to deal with the rust. I think I'm just going to hit most of it with a needle scaler and a small spot blaster, get down to bare metal, hit it with some primer, and then you know, give it a nice coat of paint. It definitely ain't going to be as durable as the original powder coating, but oh, you know what I do have? I have an infrared lamp. I could probably still powder coat this thing.
Yeah, good.
I'll just do it in spots. I have an infrared light that I could cure it with. All right, we'll have to think about that. Let me know what you guys think, and let me know if you guys think I got a good deal on this thing.
Hey, I'm leaving today, so he's got a spot to put this.
Yeah, unfortunately, like I said, it's bittersweet.
Virtue Metal's out. Big Tech's in.
Yeah,
you know?
there we go. He's leaving.
Around here, man.
If you guys haven't seen his channel, man, go check it out. He's a good guy. Had a lot of fun hanging out with him, and
I got my vacation shirt on. It's not
yeah.
very professional.
I'm surprised you're not fully the same color as that thing yet.
I did change colors a little bit.
Yeah, you got a little sun while he was here. So, all right, guys, we'll see you on the next one. I'll tell you where we're going, right to the scrap yard. Dancing. You ever seen your copper dance before?